I'm going to start off by drawing the unit circle. You need to be prepared to sketch this. Okay, right. But in order for us to do this, we need to make sure we can do our unit circle. So please sketch it with me if there's some space on your paper. I'm sure you didn't sketch it on both sides. So let's go ahead and start with a sketch of our unit circle. All right, so that's our circle. This is our y-axis and our x-axis. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly because we do this a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember that we are recording. And also remember that I want you to write this down. Okay, so your hand should have a pencil in it. Even if you've done it, you're doing it again. Okay, is that clear? Even if you've done it 5 times, we're doing it the 6th time. Yes, sir. I do have an extra pencil, but Sam, do you remember? I got it. It's okay. Thank you. All right, here we go, guys. So let's get back to the unit circle. All right. So in the middle, that would be our 45, remember? And then we've got one here and one here. It's our 45 one, and we've got one here and one here. It's our 45 here. We've got one here and one here. Our 45, we've got one here and one here. Sorry, did you have a question? We start off with 0, and then we go 30, 45, 60, this is 90, 120, 135, 150, this is 180, 210, 225, 240, 270, 300, 315, 330, and 360. And of course, all of these are degrees, okay? So we need not to forget that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do are our what? Coordinates, okay? Do you remember that this is, what goes here? What goes first? Very good. Square root of 3 over 2, and then that's 1/2. And remember, all 4 of these right here, closest to the x-axis, are going to be the same. So at 330, that is also square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. I'm going to go back with the signs, guys. Square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. And here again is square root of 3 over 2, 1/2. Okay, so then these 4 up here, 60, 300, 240, 120, those are going to be the opposite, right? 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. Okay, and that's true for this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, and then in the middle, we know that we just have square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so we need to go back and remember our signs, okay? So the first one's negative here, our x-coordinate is. Both of them are negative here. And the second coordinate is negative here. And I did also, we need to do our points at our, on our axes. This would be 1, 0. This would be 0, 1. This is negative 1, 0. And this is 0, negative 1. Are there any questions? You need, each and every one of you guys need to be able to go through here and do those angles and do those coordinates just fairly as easily as we just did them. Is that clear? I know that I was going kind of quickly, but that's because I want to save our time for really going over the homework, okay? All right. Today we're just practicing, we're continuing this today. Tomorrow we're going to start graphing. Okay? All right, so we're going to start graphing periodic functions. It's really not that bad. I think you might even like it. Okay, so let's let's talk about, what problem did you guys have a question about? I'm sorry? 41? Okay, I'm just gonna write the problems on here, okay? So 41, what was 41? Cosecant of 600. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to draw ourselves a little sketch. All right, we're going to go, we'll start off counterclockwise, right? And we go 360 degrees. Now, how many more degrees do we have to go? Yes, sir. Okay, would you like some sticky notes so you can just rewrite it and stick it on there? Would you like that? Okay. All right. So we go 360 degrees, and how many degrees do we have left to go? Yes, sir. Very good, that is correct, 240 degrees. So we go 90, 180, and then to go 240, we need to go 60 more, correct? So where does that leave us? What is this degree right here? 240. Right, so at 240, what is the cosecant? Do you guys remember? 1 over the sine, right? Good. Let me show you guys this. All right. So we know this cosine is just the first coordinate, which we could say is x, right? Because x is the first coordinate. Sine is y, and tangent is y over x, okay? Because tangent is the sine over the cosine. You also need to know that the tangent is the sine over the cosine, which since sine is y, and cosine is x, that's why it's tangent is y over x. Do you see that? Yeah. All right, so now the secant is the reciprocal of cosine, or just 1 over, because x over 1, the reciprocal of that is 1 over x. Now the cosecant is just the reciprocal of sine, which is 1 over y, or 1 over sine, right? And the tangent, the cotangent, is the reciprocal of tangent, which would just be
x over y.
Very good, x over y. All right, and I'm going to put that right here where we can see it. Okay, how's that? All right, so secant is 1 over y, which is just 1 over the sine. And what is the sine at 240? What is it? Good. Hold on 1 second. Let me draw some cards. All right, so let's go back. We were talking about the cosecant of 600 degrees. We saw 240. We know the cosecant is just 1 over y, and y would be the sine, right? So could you please tell me, Chloe, what is the cosecant of 600 degrees? Well, you are correct that the cosecant, remember, it's 1 over y, and at 600 degrees, which was 240, we saw that that's going to be 1 over negative square root of 3 over 2, correct? Right. Now this, in my second period class, guys, this was the most common mistake students made, is once they got here, they didn't know where to go. Okay, when we're dividing by a fraction, it's the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. Very good. So that's what we're going to do here. So this is just equal to, I'm just writing down here, 1 times negative 2 over the square root of 3, right? And this isn't really going to change anything, is it? So that's just negative 2 over the square root of 3. Now we need to get rid of the radical in the denominator, correct? So we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the square root of 3. And this is going to give us negative 2 square roots of 3 over 3. And that would be our answer. Are Are there any questions here? Do we see that? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, other problems you guys like to see?
43.
43? Okay, Alvin, would you just tell me what 43 says?
It says tangent of 660.
Good. Okay, so we're going to draw a sketch, all right? And I'm going to go around 360 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to subtract that from here, and that leaves us with 300 degrees to go. Is that correct, Alvin?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go another 90, 180, 270, and another 30 to get right here at 300 degrees. Okay, so then we'd go over here at 300 degrees. We want to find the tan. And we know the tangent is just y over x, right? So at 300, what's our y? And then we're going to divide that by our x, which is very good. All right. So this is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal, which means we have negative square roots of 3 over 2 times the reciprocal. So we flip here and we get 2 over 1. But our 2's, do those cancel out?
Yeah.
They do, and that just leaves us with negative square roots of 3. And that's your answer for number 43.
All right.
Okay? All right, please raise your hand if you have another question. Are there any other questions? You sure? Homework questions? Y'all didn't have one? I thought y'all said like maybe 45 or... There are no other homework questions? Is there one that you would like to go over? Are you sure?